Hey y'all, Big Bear Ron here. Um, Grab you a cup of coffee or something else to drink and sit down with me for a few minutes, will ya? Cheers. I don't have an agenda. Uh, just gonna make some conversation with you. Yeah. Um, I bought a jar of peanut butter. I was really surprised to see this in the grocery store where I was. It was right there at the bakery where I get my bread, and I thought, whoa, that's been there for a long time, and I haven't tasted it yet. Let me open it up, and but anyway, I it's probably not all natural peanut butter, and that's what I like. And in order for me to get that, I'm going to have to go to Daegu to get it, and I'm just not planning to go there. And I just had that craving for peanut butter. Yeah, I want some to go on top of my chocolate ice cream in a little while. No, I'm not a. I know there's been a little bit of a peanut scare over in the U.S., but I'm not. I'm not too worried about that here. Um. Anyway, let's see. If it's like other peanut butters I've had here, and let's see. Well, never mind. Let's just see if it's sweet. It's just creamy. You know. Mmm. Good. Mmm. Mmm. Peanut butter is not cheap here. I have seen small jars of it for Skippy peanut butter for, oh gosh, I forget how much it was, but I do remember that when I looked at the price, I was kind of like taken back by it. Um, but anyway, this first jar, no, I bought a couple of jars uh, in Daegu back in October, I think it was. Yeah, and just eat this stuff right out of the jar. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Ah. Um, I haven't had oatmeal since I left the USA. Yeah, my employer says, well, maybe we can order it online, but I keep telling her, I said, now look, I don't want instant oatmeal. I want old fashioned oatmeal. And it's just not a popular thing over here. And it's not like I'm dying for it, but yeah, that's one of the cravings I've had that I've not been able to satisfy. But the food over here that I've had has been really good. Tonight I ate at a local diner, and I'm beginning to learn Korean foods and and I'm getting better at reading menus, but being able to pronounce the words doesn't necessarily mean you know what it is. For example, if I said kimchi bokkeumbap, do you know what that is? Or if I say to you bibimbap, do you know what that is? you know. So, and if you don't know what stuff is, well, you can pronounce the words, but uh, anyway, this restaurant, several of them nearby, have some nice full color pictures, and I usually go in and say, "What is this?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, I want one." Tonight I had a nice uh, piece of pork that had been battered and sauteed, had a nice brown sauce on it, uh, slightly sweet and sour. Rice, of course, that's the standard. You're going to get rice just about every meal. Rice or noodles, or sometimes both. And let's see, they had a little slaw on the plate, which was very good. And of course, kimchi, which is a fermented cabbage, generally. That's what it is. It can be made with other vegetables, but cabbage, Chinese cabbage, is generally what I found it to be made out of. And it was delicious tonight. And they had sliced radishes, and they just kept bringing the kimchi out, plate after plate after plate, until I told them stop. But I got all of that for about $4. Yeah, 4,001s. Actually, if you go and say you can go to Yahoo Finance and look at the currency converter there and type in 4,001s, what does it equal to in dollars? And you'll find out it's less than $4. And so I've been finding places like that here and there. And it's nice to be able to go into a restaurant and not have to take my shoes off. There are some around here. Uh, you take your shoes off at the door and you sit on a mat that's on the floor, which I enjoy that kind of a restaurant too, but it's not what I want to do every time. And so the ones I've been finding lately haven't required that I take my shoes off, and I sit in a chair at a table, which it's nice to have that option, you know. Anyway, the meal was great. I've eaten there several times this week, and like I said, the prices have been really great. It's actually been cheaper for me to eat out than it is for me to go buy groceries, you know. So I only buy things like peanut butter and ice cream that I can put in my freezer and eggs. You know, it's nice to have a fried egg in the morning to go with something here, some fresh fruit, things like that. You know, I don't do a lot of heavy duty cooking here. There's really no need for that. But anyway, oh, I bought some bread. I don't usually eat white bread. There are like several bakeries just within walking distance here, and they often have multi-grain breads. But this is a loaf of bread. Take a look at it. This is, yeah, you know, if you know, it's about half the size, half the length of the loaves of bread that you're typically find in the USA. Yeah, and it's about $3, $4. I've seen it $5, depending on what kind of bread it is. But they're freshly baked. Yeah, you can smell it in the air, smell it in the restaurants and the bakeries. I mean, and usually it's pretty good bread. So I don't mind paying for it. Yeah, not like I have a lot of choices available. I mean, I've got choices of bread, but you know, if you're going to have the bread, you're going to have to pay the price to have it. But that's okay. While I was at the bakery, the people there have gotten accustomed to me coming in, and they know that I'm learning Korean words or Korean food items and things, you know. And I didn't know what this item was. I wasn't sure what it was. I had a hunch what it was, you know, right here. See this? What it looks like is a biscuit, like in the South, USA, a biscuit that's ready to go into the oven. And so, and I knew it wasn't a biscuit, but I was thinking maybe it might be a donut that had been proofed and now they were going to put it in the oven. But no, it turns out, well, I asked the lady and she talks to me in Korean and I talk to her in English, and we just play right along like we really understand each other. And quite frankly, I kind of think that we do have an understanding, you know. But anyway, so I'm like, what is this? You know, it really got my curiosity going. And she goes, "Dak," and I go, and I knew that word. It's a rice cake, and I said, "Oh, like in dakbaki," you know. And of course, that woke up everybody that was around me in the shop, the people that worked there, and they were all just cheering me on, you know, like, he gets it, you know. So anyway, I got it, and okay, looks like it's got a bean paste inside. See? Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's delicious. Oh, it's delicious. It's not quite as glutinous as some of the rice. Yeah, many of the baked products here are made out of rice flour, and they're very glutinous, tough, chewy. And I like that quality about some baked products, you know. But this one here, dakbaki, is a bit chewy too. But dakbaki it's a small rice cakes. It resembles pasta, very chewy and dense. If you eat a lot, you're going to feel it in your tummy after within a short while. But dokbaki is a favorite. Many people call it a street food because it's just readily available, and some of the sauces they put it in has got sugar in it as well as the pepper paste and all. It's pretty good stuff. I don't eat it all the time, but occasionally I get it, and you take a toothpick and stick it in there and eat it. The kids love it around here. They sell it by the cup, little like the Dixie cup kind of thing, and so anyway, this is good. Mmm. Yeah, it's gonna go real good with my coffee. Hmm. Hmm. Um. I said, yeah, I'm letting my hair grow. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get it cut anytime soon. I'm just going to grow it and grow it and grow it. And there's really only one basic reason why, and that's curiosity. I've never done it before, and I don't know what it's going to look like when it gets really, really long. And I don't speak enough Korean around here to really be able to tell anybody what to do to my hair. And you know how it is when you go to a hair shop and have your hair done, and when the person doesn't do what you really wanted them to do, or when you're not satisfied with the service you got. Well, I don't want to face that possibility yet. Nevertheless, there are lots of hair studios around here. I'm just not ready to go to one yet. And, someday I will. But I can use the Korean thing as my excuse, right? um, Something I like about being here in Korea, um, when I go into a restaurant, the price that I see next to the menu item, that's what I'm going to pay at the register. Same thing with when I go to the bakery. The price that's on the bread is what I'm going to pay at the register. The tax is already built in. And the cash register, you know, figures it all out. Yeah. So if this says 1,800 wons, I know how much I need to have in my wallet. I don't have to sit there and try to calculate the tax. Now, when it's an item or two, calculating tax isn't so hard to do. But you know what I'm getting at. I always hated prices in the USA. They always end in a 9, or they're close enough to the next dollar that just a little bit of tax on it puts it up into the next dollar. And then you multiply that by the 40 items that you're putting in your grocery bag, and it just, we all sit there just waiting on the total, at the register, wondering if we have enough in our wallet. But yeah, if I go to a coffee shop and it says 2,000 wons for a particular cup of coffee, 2,000 wons is what I'm going to pay. I like that. I like that very much here. Let's see. I really love my work here. The people at work love me, of course. I'm living a healthy life, I guess you could say. Go to the gym 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. I've been running on the treadmill and swimming laps and working out and all of that. No suntan. Doesn't look like I'm going to get much of one. Yesterday it snowed here. It snowed for about an hour, and boy, it was just coming down. That really beautiful snow, with the big flakes, the kind just makes you want to go, yeah, And that it was doing that for about an hour, and then about 2 hours later, there was no sign that any snow had ever fallen from the sky. Isn't that something? Uh, One thing I noticed here in Korea, and maybe it's just me, it's a dramatic temperature change in this town from night and day. Yes, during the daytime. Now this is what I wore today. I have a thermal underwear shirt, and this short sleeve shirt over it, and blue jeans. Now I was able to, during the day, comfortably walk all over town with just this, no jacket. But once the sun went down, yeah, and it was dark, I needed to put my jacket on. It's really that dramatic here. And of course, we've been doing this temperature thing up one day, down the next, up one day, down the next. It's just been wild, you know. But anyway, I've had a couple of cold sores. I know you didn't want to know that, but you know, one popped up here on this side of my lip, and right about the time that I thought it was all good and gone, you know, then another one popped up on this side, and it's still there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, um, I think I don't know. I don't know what causes those things to come up, but I haven't been kissing on anybody. No, the only person I've been kissing on is Brendan, and I haven't seen him since what, January? We chat very, very often, usually daily, but right now he's gone to Manila to go get his passport. Oh, yeah, he's hoping to land a teaching position in Korea somewhere. He won't be doing that until 2010 when he graduates. But all goes well, he'll land a position. But he's taken it upon himself to teach English online to Korean students. Yeah, he's been doing that for several months now, and he's making some money doing that. So, you know, I got to hand it to him. He's got the ambition and the drive. You know, who knows? He'll probably end up here, and we're hoping that we both end up here, at least in Korea together. And it would be even better if we could be in the same town. And wouldn't it be just wild if we taught in the same school? We'll just wait and see what happens. I've talked to my employer about it, and she has not said no, and she's actually, you know, expressed some interest in the idea. And by the way, everybody at work knows me. They know all about me. They know all about Brendan. We're all cool. Oh, yeah. Life is grand. I really like living here. I like my life here. Everything is, yeah. So whoops. Everything is just, what, so grand. When the weather warms up, I intend to take a train to Pahang, and I intend to take a train down to Busan. And yeah, if nothing else, enjoy the scenery from the train on the way. But Pohang is about as far away in that direction as Daegu is away in that direction. And the train fare's right about the same. Takes about 2 hours to get to Busan. It's in the other direction. And that one's going to require an overnight stay. So I'll probably do a weekend or something of that nature when I do that one. But yeah, I've ridden the train to Daegu a few times. I've, you know, built up some confidence with that one. Yeah, yeah, I am enjoying my life over here immensely. Okay, I guess I've rambled enough, and well, the coffee's beginning to run out, so I guess, and you're probably anxious to get on to another video or to get on with whatever other business that you need to take care of. So thank you for joining me for these few minutes. Hope you enjoyed the ride, and stay tuned for the next the next little chat we do. Okay, take care. Bye bye.